Hello YouTube, Testarossa 101 coming back once again with a short update. Well, I don't know how short, but I had purchased an external pump, and along with that deal I got a Quiet One 4000 pump rated at about 900 some odd gallons per hour. And the external pump I had been thinking about putting back into play in the sump, because that would provide me with about 1100 gallons per hour. Turnover rate in your aquarium, they say, should be about 10 times the size of your tank, which would have put me at about 1250, but I don't like too much flow in the tank, so this external pump is rated at about 1100 gallons per hour, and I thought it would be a nice addition, and I've got it plumbed, I've got it installed. From the earlier video I was saying, well, maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't, but I've incorporated it, and let's take a look down in the sump area. So what I used to have in the sump was a pump to run my UV sterilizer, of course the skimmer, then I had a return pump, and I had another pump running my reactor. So that was 4 pumps in the sump, and not a heck of a lot of room to have a refugium actually. So now I've cleared up a lot of space. I've got this open area here behind the bubble trap now, and I've incorporated all of the rock and a piece of mangrove over here in the return area. Pretty soon I'll be picking up some macroalgae and tossing it in there. But the external pump, as you can see, it's Car Life 1100 Turbo C. And since my sump was already drilled for it, I decided to go ahead and use it. For the plumbing, it's all PVC. Got a valve here and a union, so if I need to perform maintenance on the pump, I can disconnect it. Another union here, once again, so if I have to perform maintenance, I can disconnect it. And I've teed it off. So I've got the return going, and I've teed it off to go to the reactor with another valve, so that I could, throttle how much flow is going in through the reactor. Right now it's tumbling at a pretty good rate. So that eliminated 2 more pumps actually in the sump. And as we know, pumps in your sump will increase the heat in your aquarium. Also got rid of, a couple of little ugly eyesores, because these things had just PVC pipes. If you look at some of the earlier videos, and it was pretty gnarly looking. So I just replaced those with power heads and ran my automatic top off through this bulkhead. Got it sitting in the tray for my probes, and it's working out pretty good. And the Car Life actually is a lot quieter. About the only noise that I get is the water coming out of the skimmer. Let's see if I can get in there. There you go. So the water coming out of the skimmer is about the only noise that I really get. Other than that, this pump is super quiet. Everything's working pretty well. I'm loving the flow in the tank. It's not too much, it's not too little. Then again, I can throttle that so that I can get exactly what I want. Once again, got this joker closed off a little bit for the return. And since I had such a tall standpipe here, it would vibrate, it was wobbling. But I fixed that by putting a piece of filter foam against the wall and having it touch the valve, and basically there's no more vibration. And it's barely visible unless, you know, you go inside and take a look. You'd have to snake your head around here to see it. But the pump is working out really nice. I've eliminated a few pumps. As a matter of fact, now I've got spare pumps. That's the Mag 9. It's the Mag 9 5 that I took out. That was my return pump, and it needs to be cleaned. Of course, it's been in there for forever in the sump. That's a Rio 1100. And I also picked up this Quiet One 4000. So I don't have to worry about a pump failure. I've got plenty of pumps to replace it with. And that's the latest update on my tank. If you guys are thinking about incorporating an external, especially if your sump is already drilled, though, you know, if mine wasn't, I would have probably drilled it anyway. But it's a little bit more efficient. I was thinking about piping off another T here somewhere and letting that also run my UV sterilizer, but I'm not sure about that. I'll probably just go ahead and throw a smaller pump in and run it off the UV sterilizer, since I really don't need to run that thing 24/7. This is Testarossa 101 with an update on the 125. Signing out.